and saying what you have to say, knowing that people are going to hear what they want to hear at whatever level they are. So you don't edit yourself because people don't understand you, because you may not be understood on this particular degree initially or by everybody. You still embrace your uniqueness. Welcome to another episode of the Sabian Symbols. We are working through the Taurus Scorpio axis right now. Today we're on the 4th degree. And I just want to say hello, everybody, new subscribers and longtime YouTube friends. Let's get to it. Taurus 4, the symbols, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. In a shadowy place in a forest, an iridescent fire arises from the ground. A linguist invents a perfect language. A man talks in his sleep. A bard sings a haunting song. So those are the degrees. The stone for Taurus is Goldstone, made from the shavings of copper. So it has the properties of copper. But here we go. It's a stone of ambition, assists in attaining goals, ingenuity and drive. It reduces tension. It builds your energy and your courage, increases your willpower, revitalizes, encourages positive attitude. It helps reduce stomach tension, helps benefit arthritic conditions, harmonizes relationships, attracts abundance and creativity. While we're here, we're going to talk about Taurus. The rainbow is a major theme here. And languages, making up languages. J.R.R. Tolkien, he made up languages. So if you're interested in him and you weren't aware of that, check that out. So he comes to mind right off the bat. Speaking in tongues comes to mind. Making up new languages that people may or may not understand, but on some level everybody does because they're coming from somewhere deep within. An interesting creativity here that is so unique that some people may not get you, but keep doing your thing because you're meant to do it, and the right people will hear you and they will understand what you're doing. The rainbow is talked about here in the form of a bridge, of a connection between the celestial world, the divine world, and the physical realm. For us not to be afraid of the contact from spiritual forces, i.e. things you may feel in your body but you're not quite sure what they are. If you're afraid of them, then you may be missing out on something that's really important, that's meant to reach you at a deep soul level, and it will help transform you in a beautiful way. In looking up the rainbow and trying to understand it further, what came up is the rainbow being a covenant between God and Noah. The word transubstantiation came up, and so I looked up the definition of that. The change by which the substance, though not the appearance of the bread and wine in the Eucharist, becomes Christ's real presence, that is, his body and his blood. So there's the definition of transubstantiation. I did not come up in the Catholic faith. I've seen it, I've taken part in it, but only a couple times, and so I don't really fully understand it. So anyway, if you would like to share more information or your feelings about transubstantiation, we'd love to hear it. Let's take a look at Scorpio. A youth carries a lighted candle in a devotional ritual. An albino woman unaffected by the rays of the sun. A loud roar as a tornado approaches. A nude woman holding a candle around which dances a moth. Sailors approach a lush island that has been calling to them, but which is not on their maps. The stone for Scorpio 4 is Lemurian Seed Crystal. It's a stone of unity, harmony, spiritual enlightenment, peace, equality, and interconnectedness. It promotes spiritual growth, connecting you to ancient wisdom and higher realms. It opens your eyes to truth that can awaken you to a purpose of healing and helping humanity. You meditate with it on the root or crown chakra to help facilitate deeper self-awareness. It has striations or horizontal banding, and it is said that they are to represent the stairway to heaven, so stairway to higher consciousness, that we are the controllers of our own destiny and produce whatever we may set our mind, heart, and soul to. So that is the stone. Both of these degrees talk about language, so speaking and language, sirens, songs, speaking in tongue, trying to communicate in new ways that are very different. A man who talks in his sleep is talking from a deep subconscious level and is saying things that, for whatever reason, cannot at the moment come out in the daylight, so it expresses itself at night. So deep subconscious thoughts coming out. And the linguist creating a new language, or somebody speaking in tongues, is coming from a deep level but trying to bring it out into the conscious realm. An albino woman is unaffected by the sun. So unaffectedly speaking your truth out in the daylight. Truths coming out that generally you may not hear, but you may hear them. Loud noises that warn you, like a dog barking, and then you realize something's going on. Hey, what is that? And you're alerted to it. Sirens can sometimes draw you off the mark, but they can also draw you to something that you normally would not otherwise hear. So mysterious speaking, mysterious tongue, mysterious languages. Scorpio 4 talks about devotional ritual and youths. So from an early age, being indoctrinated and introduced to symbols and community through ritualized actions like parades, like religious ceremonies, the ceremony of marriage. A sexual rite can be the form of a man and a woman being joined in marriage in a church. So things of that nature, and that these rituals and symbols join people, they join a community, even baseball games, World Series that happens each year, and it reunites a community. If you're trying to be a truth seeker, that can be a bit difficult in this environment. Unity is a double-edged sword. It binds people in a way that they have a feeling of coming together, but it rejects outside influence. It rejects uniqueness. If you're not wearing this symbol, you're an outsider. If you don't choose one party or another, you don't fit in. Where do you fit in? So you may come up against that with this particular degree. Listening to your internal advanced warning systems can help you from doing things that you otherwise might be lulled into because it feels familiar. So I would say you want to be careful of that today, is listening to internal warning systems. So the power of symbols, stairways to heaven, loud noises, definitely languages, creating art out of words, like somebody who draws pictures of trees, but they do so with images of words, like, putting bunches of words together and creating the face of a person, things like that. That type of thing comes to mind. Rainbows, pots of gold, song, and saying what you have to say, knowing that people are going to hear what they want to hear at whatever level they are. So you don't edit yourself because people don't understand you, because you may not be understood on this particular degree initially or by everybody. You still embrace your uniqueness. Communion involving transubstantiation of matter in a very simple way means treating the act of eating food in a sacred way. It reminds me of the movie The Peaceful Warrior. Someone who has become calm to a level that is almost otherworldly. The act of eating food, take it in a sacred way. Enter each action in a sacred and silent and solemn way, in ways that are incredibly enriching. It's a beautiful movie if you haven't seen it. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Leave a comment if you like. We'd love to hear about it if any of these are speaking to you specifically. Subscribe for more information like this. And until next time, take care.